giant robots. Yay, I can't wait. I'm gonna see giant robots getting into fights, transforming into cars. More than meets the eye. Wow! Transformers 2: Revenge of the Fallen. It's one of those movies that left me completely numb by the end of it. I was just so drained mentally from trying to follow the story, visually from trying to follow the action scenes and all the special effects. Not emotionally, because there was nothing to engage me emotionally in this movie, but by the end of it I was numb. I didn't have any opinion about what I just saw. I just knew that I was somewhat thankful that it was over, because Transformers: Revenge of the Fallen, it's one of those movies that at the start of it I thought it was kind of fun, kind of a fun summer action movie. But the more the movie progressed along, the longer it felt, and the more it felt like it was some kind of chore that I had to get through. There was something that I had to see all the way to the end, but somewhere along the middle, it just stopped being entertaining. Now, that happened for a number of reasons. One of them being the fact that I did feel like there were all these characters, all these robots, all these new robots that were being introduced, but there was no time spent on actually developing them, except for maybe Optimus Prime. But even his development was very shallow. The story got more and more convoluted and just kind of felt like they were actually making it up as they were going along. They didn't really care that it made any kind of sense, and there were all these stupid, dumb elements thrown in just for entertainment value. And another problem, again, I have with the special effects for the Transformers movies, the same problems that I had with the first one, that especially the design of the robots is too complicated, and the action scenes are shot in such a way that they are very up close, and it's very hard to follow exactly who is fighting who. I did like a couple of action scenes. I liked the first one somewhat, and I think that the fight that Optimus Prime has in the middle of the movie is also pretty good, mostly because it has some kind of emotional weight. But after they kind of reached that peak for me with Optimus Prime versus Megatron and Starscream and whoever else is in that fight in the open field, woods, whatever, after they kind of reached that peak with me, every action scene that followed was pretty much just, it didn't entertain me anymore. It just felt like, you know, all the transformations and all the robotic fights kind of just got old after the middle point of the movie, because after that, like I said, it started to feel like a chore. It wasn't actually a movie that I went in and had fun with. It was just a movie that, well, I've already spent an hour, might as well see how this fucker is going to end. There have been a lot of very negative comments and very negative reviews of Transformers 2. I don't think it's that bad. There are a lot of elements that are terrible, I guess, but overall, I can't, like I said, I didn't walk out of the movie hating it. I was just very numb. I really was very apathetic to everything that I had watched for 2 hours and a half. But I guess in some ways that is worse than really hating it, because at least when you really hate something, you kind of can put passion into it and you can argue about it. But with Transformers, I think everything has already been said. But honestly, I can't say that it's a terrible movie. I think it could have been a great movie, just like the first Transformers could have been a great movie, if they would have actually treated these robots as real characters instead of just, I don't know, cool plot devices or something. Just instead of walking excuses to blow shit up.